welcome to another episode of CFP, where you are free to be courageous and worthy and to be certain about it all the time. So, welcome, lovely Lauren. Lovely Lauren, we're going to talk about healing in public, how to be a work in progress and still have others. How are you, lovely Lauren?
I am blessed today. How are you, Dr. Gigi?
I feel good. I feel good.
You look good.
You do too.
Thank you.
Nice and radiant in your beautiful, colorful dress. I loved that yesterday.
it is a, it is a wash and repeat. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I love this dress. It's the most easiest thing to slip into and move around in.
Yeah,
So
I think that's
what I'm
beautiful.
about.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, I'm excited about this episode because I've been here so many times, being a work in progress, thinking, am I an imposter when I try to help people? Because I'm not 100%. But then I thought, are we ever going to be 100%?
No, and I think that's the point.
Yeah.
I think that's the point because same, especially now in this season of my life. Like I just turned 40 and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I cursed. Excuse me.
No, it's okay.
But I'm just like, who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? The things that I've done before don't feel good. They just don't, it's like wearing clothes that don't fit anymore.
Mhm.
And it's now I'm like trying to like try on different things and see what I like and what I don't like. And I want to change and shift and do some new things, but there's always that question of, am I ready enough? So, like going back to school, getting certified, all of these things have crossed my mind because you have to be legit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. And
Yeah,
so, this episode is really going to remind all of us, our healers, creatives, and coaches, that you don't have to be finished. You don't have to be perfect to be of value. Because really, it's like I feel like I get value from you every day. I get value from a lot of people every day. I get value from homeless people because they have value too.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we don't have to be there. We don't have to hit all the marks. We don't have to be doing things perfectly ourselves to still be able to teach people.
agreed.
Yeah, and share with people what's right.
Or to learn. Like I think the to teach or to learn. Like you don't have to you never finish learning. Like shout out to all the graduates
Yes.
season.
Happy graduates.
Happy graduation to everyone.
Yeah.
Um, Gigi helped me yesterday with doing the graduation celebration for our African American students and hearing them speak about the future and what they want to do. It was like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got excited about the future, not just for them, but also for myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's good to be like a forever student and
Yeah.
also take the time to teach what you've learned along the way to the people that are coming up.
Yeah. Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a couple of weeks ago, we were at a graduation for one of our sisters at Sac City, the People's College. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to
Sacramento, California.
yes.
And you reminded me, Lauren, just how diverse Sacramento was, and to see all those beautiful people,
Mhm,
with different cultures, wearing
mhm.
their heritage wear, they're supporting their loved ones. Like, yeah, you did it. And I thought it was beautiful.
It was it was
Wasn't
great.
it beautiful?
It was great energy to be around. Like everybody was showing up and showing out, making noise, wearing their loved ones on their t-shirts, like
Yeah.
wearing their cultural clothing,
Mhm.
the flowers, the bouquets with the
With money.
graduate just for that.
I know. I think I need to graduate.
It's like, I didn't get that.
Yeah, please. And know, it's cool. The youngest, they said the youngest graduate was 17,
Hmm.
and the oldest was 71, I believe.
That was so
Isn't
cool.
that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
to your point, we don't stop learning. We probably should be lifelong learners, unlearning those things that, we learned as kids that really never was true and is no longer true when we have conscious awareness.
Hmm. I am dedicated to learning something new all the time, because like there's things where I literally, you learn something new every day. I
Yeah.
think it's important to do it, whether it be something small, something that can serve you at home. It doesn't have to be academic per se in nature. Um, but I think it's good to learn something new every day.
Yeah. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Yes. Well, welcome again to CFP. For those listening live, we're saying thank you. Thank you. And if this content resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share with your sisters. We want this type of content to go viral. And the best way to do that is to share it, from a grassroots level and perspective. I'm Dr. Gigi. Welcome to CFP, where we celebrate courage, we celebrate worthiness and being certain about it. And we have conversations that help you reclaim your power and to speak your truth and to honor your own healing out loud. And so I'm inviting you into this sacred space with lovely Lauren and I, a space where you don't have to pretend, where you have it all together. Because truth be told, you can still be in process and still serve. You don't have to allow your imperfections to stop you. And how many of us have allowed our imperfections to stop us?
Can I raise more hands? Can I raise my feet too?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Many a times. Many a times. $1.
Yeah. And I think, in this world, there's a lot of pressure, especially with, important topics like healing, money, leadership. And what we hear is you got to have it all together. You have to have your I's dotted, you have to have your T's crossed, you have to have 6 months savings in the bank. You have to have all these things in place before you can do XYZ. But is that really true? Is that really true? What do you think?
I don't know. And then when you were listing them out, it's like I've heard those things too. But who made those rules?
Yeah.
Who made them? And like, why are they the person that gets to like say this is it? And then we just go, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a quote that one of my students had last night that said, um, you only fail if you don't start,
Oh, yeah.
or something along those lines. And
Yeah.
I, that's so profound for a young man. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like things like that. Um, so I think it's malarkey. I think it's malarkey, that whole rule
It is. It is.
set of rules.
It is. It is. And I think when I think about growing up, I grew up, with this idea to be seen, not heard, and you don't question these statements that come out that end up turning into limiting beliefs. Like don't air your dirty laundry, nobody wants to see your mess, nobody wants, all of this, especially if you can, you think big or dream big or talk big. People can quell that down with just some words of
I can't speak to for all of our whole audience or even for the Black women in our audience, but I've always been scared to be seen as the angry Black woman.
mhm, yeah,
So like I never thought that it was safe for me to have like any strong feelings outside of just being joyful or compliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like there are times where like I should have been angry and had the right to be angry, but couldn't because like can't be the angry black woman.
Right.
And I'm like, but I am angry and I am black and I am a woman. Why can't that like why can't those things like coexist? It's not my full identity. But
Right.
but yeah, those are
I think that that's a really important point. Being a child of the 60s, I grew up in the Black Power movement, but my parents were not at all in alignment with Black Power. They were in alignment with assimilation, fitting in, doing whatever you need to do to fit in, go with the flow, get a good job, do all and don't upset the apple cart. Don't. That's what I heard from all of that. So I wasn't the angry black woman because, I too didn't want to be her.
yeah.
And I wanted to be accepted, which meant my hair was straight, I talked a certain way, I did
Mhm.
certain things. And a lot of those things never, never, ever, ever aligned with who I was. And so I can make a lot of money in that and do a lot of things, but man, it was tearing me up inside because I was not happy.
Well, you know where I'm at in life. So I understand what you're saying because I feel that way right now in this part of my life.
Yeah,
It's just that I don't identify with who I have to show up as, especially in a professional space.
right.
Yeah. And that's why I'm a work in progress and happy to be one because I'm stepping into a new phase. Let's talk about what that looks like for us.
I love that. I love that. So let's talk about the power of healing in public, the power of sharing our vulnerabilities. That one of the things you do really well, Lauren, I love so much about you is you are eyes wide open. You are very transparent about, okay, this is what's going on, but you could also hold space in a grounded way of this is what we need to do. One, two, three. And I think that speaks to the fact that you can heal in public. It's not necessarily about oversharing or trauma dumping. It's about having some embedded level of vulnerability, allowing people to see you as you are, seeing your growth edges, and not collapsing, not being like an ostrich with, its head in the sand. It's like, I don't see nothing. What Nothing's happening.
So
Yeah, because things happen in spite of our best laid plans. Feelings come up, emotions come up, and they're very real.
I'm a crier, so definitely.
Yeah,
Yes. Now that's one thing you will catch, especially if we're talking about something that hits home for me or something that I'm going through. I will cry. Not like boohoo, but you will see tears. But I also just say like that's me healing in real time,
yeah,
processing in real time.
yes, yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I love one of the things that I love most about our connection is that we reflect so well with one another about things that we're experiencing and sharing like wisdom with one another. And I've learned so much watching you heal and grow and evolve. And it gives me a safe space to do the same and like you said be transparent and be vulnerable, so I want to thank you for that.
Oh, thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what healing in public actually gives people. Because you're a coach, you're a
Oh,
coach. I'm a coach. We
yeah.
all the time, and some of the things that healing in public does for people, it gives you permission to be human.
What?
Yeah, yeah. The permission to breathe in and out, the ability to emote, and like you said earlier, to feel. You know, if you are feeling angry, express the anger,
Yes.
and not having to muffle it because, oh, I'm concerned about what other people are going to think or say.
Mm-hmm.
And it provides a map of what healing looks like.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and if we were to think about it like a bruise, you know how we might run into something, hit a corner and have a bruise on our arm. And you know, the bruise journey, you know, as it heals, changes. You know, it starts dark and then it turns, you know, might turn purple and get, you know, marbly colored.
Mm-hmm.
And it does a lot of change before it actually goes away. And
Mm-hmm.
so the journey of healing is very similar. You know, sometimes we're strong, we're like, yeah, go, go, go. Sometimes we're in a cocoon, like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. You know, sometimes we're like, oh man, I need to go smoke right now.
Yeah. I need to go have a drink of wine,
Yeah.
go binge watch something in my bed in my pajamas for the next 12 hours. Um, I don't know. I've been one of those people that I can accomplish so much in a day and then other days not do a damn thing.
Yes.
And that's okay and that's human, but you're right. We have these set of rules on what we can do in order to be seen as good or perfect or valuable in our culture, in our society, and it's freaking exhausting. And one of the things that and it's silly, but I remind myself that everybody poops.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody poops, and that is
Yes.
cute, and it is not,
Yeah.
does not smell like roses.
Yes.
We all poop. So we all have our moments of like vulnerability. We've all had those stinky moments. Like that's a part of who we are. And we should just like accept it and roll with it and be like, yes, like I'm this, I'm that, I'm all these great things. And yet I also poop.
Yes. Yes. And sometimes it stinks.
And sometimes it stinks.
Sometimes I stink.
Yeah. And it's a metaphor for the times where we're like, angry or weren't able to show up for people the way they expected us to or wanted us to, or we were late, we forgot something, we didn't meet that deadline. Like that's okay.
That's
that,
okay.
that's okay. We're human. That's why our nervous systems are so messed up, because we don't even get to be present in the moment about what it is that we've accomplished because we're off to accomplish the next thing.
Thing. Yeah. That yes, and that actually reminds me. Next week, I think we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the millionaire mindset,
I love
and,
that.
and the fact that nobody really talks about the emotional safety, um, of of having it or not having it. And that's really what prevents a lot of people from it, you know, the emotional safety part, and being, you know, having our emotions regulated properly, so you know we're not out there distracted, unconscious, but really consciously aligned with those things that we really want in our lives for our own growth, goals, and development. That is critically important.
I love
And healing in public also helps people feel safe to express their own issues and their own pain, because everybody's pain is different. And just because, you know, one person has a different pain doesn't mean you have to have the same one or something similar. It could be entirely different.
hmm
And I think people don't recognize that it's okay to express how you feel, even if people don't understand it.
yes, yes. And the thing about it is, if anything, you just feel better and lighter.
Yeah.
It's like walking around on a broken leg and not getting it fixed or reset. It's just going to, your limp is just going to get worse. And at some point, you won't be able to recover, or it'll take a lot more for you to
Exactly.
recover.
Yeah.
Healing, talking about it, seeking community, seeking connection, all of those things are ways for you to reset so that you're not walking around broken.
I love that.
And
I love
you can access things, you can run, you can jump, you can play, you can take a walk.
that. Right.
It gives you your mental, emotional, spiritual mobility back, your
Yeah.
physical mobility back. So I think it's important. I think it's important to not be hiding,
Yes.
um, to share, to model.
Yes. I
Hmm.
think so. And
Hmm.
it's also important to understand that healing is not necessarily linear. It's not like once you figure it out, it's just a straight line. It could be, it's usually circular.
It's like this.
And then you're out here. Here I am.
I think it's so cute when I convince myself that like I'm, and then some more stuff happens, and I'm like, oh, and then there's this trauma or this trigger. And I'm like, right. So welcome. Have a seat. I'll get to you when I'm. Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh. That's crazy. Okay, so now, okay, let's switch the conversation and talk about how to serve while we're healing. How do we do that? Let's talk some practical tips because we know that you can still serve while you're healing. That's why we're on this planet. And it's important to have a couple of things in place, especially for your own, mental well-being. And maybe the first could be about boundaries, creating boundaries, not barriers. And so you can be open without being raw, know what's sacred, what's processed, and what still needs some protection. You can speak about those things you have some wisdom about. Two, transparency with intention. And so you don't want to share to bleed, you want to share to lead. Ask yourself, does this information empower or overwhelm my audience? Is this
I love
helpful
that.
or is it hurtful?
Don't share to bleed, share to lead.
I know, isn't that cool?
I love it.
Yes. And three, embodiment, not embodiment before advice. So before you teach something, try to live it and
Mhm.
share from a lived experience because people love that. They want to know, did you do something? I recall, especially early on in my journey, because I love substances. And so they would give me different healing things to try. And I remember this one lady, she shared, oh, you should try this. It's great, blah, blah, blah. And I thought she had taken it. She didn't. But I did. I went to find somebody and did it, and it was horrible. And I talked with her and I said I had a horrible experience. She's like, "Oh, well, that's good to know. I won't do it." And I was like, "Why were you advising me to take it?" But I didn't ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's important, when especially when you're a coach, teach from embodied experience. And lastly, really sometimes people just want mentorship and support.
Hmm.
Healers need healing. Make sure you have people around you that can pour into you so you're not giving from depletion.
Yes. I agree with all of those that you said. And especially with like behavior practices. I was having a conversation with a friend recently, and she was like, "You really practice what you preach, don't you?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, girl. Like, I'm over here healing myself. Like, I have to be able to express, like all of the things you'll experience as you're going through the shift and the change. So how am I gonna write a goal for somebody else if I can't write a goal for me?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about in terms of embodied experience.
Yes.
Yes,
I love
yes,
that. You're not showing up as a guru. You're showing up as someone who says, I get it. I've been there. I've walked it. I've talked it, and I'm still here.
right.
And so can you. You can still be here.
Yes, yes, yes,
We can walk it together.
yes, yes, yes. Well, let's take a deeper dive into our healing, Lauren, and do a tapping on I can help and heal at the same time. So we've got a 2 round tapping I'd like to do. But before we start this actual tapping, and for those of you listening in live stream and the recording, just take a minute. Take a deep breath, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I want to know, how true is this statement for you? I can help and heal people at the same time. 1 is extremely true. 10 is not so much. Don't believe that at all. So just pick your number. First number that comes to mind is what we're going to go with. After we do this tapping, I'm going to ask you the same question again. Hopefully, your number goes down. Sometimes it doesn't. It's neither good or bad, right or wrong. It's just what is. And so if your number goes higher or stays the same, I invite you to do this tapping over and over again until you can get it to a level where you're comfortable with. Maybe 3, 2 or 3, or get it, get your number to move down a couple of points. So we're going to start by releasing shame. So just do what I do and say what I say. Karate chop point. Even though I feel like I'm not ready,
Even though I feel like I'm not ready,
I honor where I am.
I honor where I am.
I honor who I am.
I honor who I am.
I give myself permission to help while healing.
I give myself permission to help while healing.
Eyebrow point. I'm still in progress.
I'm still in progress.
Side of eye. Sometimes I feel like a fraud.
Sometimes I feel like a fraud.
Under eye. What if they see my wounds?
What if they see my wounds?
Under nose. I won't be authentic.
I won't be authentic.
Under mouth. I release the shame I carry.
I release the shame I carry.
Collarbone. I release fear of not being enough.
I release fear of not being enough.
3 inches below the armpit. I deserve to show up.
I deserve to show up.
Top of head. I can be real and radiant.
I can be real and radiant.
Release the tapping. We're going to take a deep, conscious inhale through the nose, visualizing a white, peaceful light. And now exhaling through the mouth with an audible sigh, everything that is not peace and love. Now we're going to reclaim power. Karate chop point. Even though I am not finished,
Even though I am not finished,
I am enough.
I am enough.
Even though I'm still healing,
Even though I'm still healing,
I have wisdom.
I have wisdom.
Even though I'm imperfect,
Even though I'm imperfect,
I matter.
I matter.
Eyebrow point. I trust my voice.
I trust my voice.
Side of eye. I honor my journey.
I honor my journey.
Under eye. I hold space with love.
I hold space with love.
Under nose. I show up with compassion.
I show up with compassion.
Under mouth. I guide and I grow.
I guide and I grow.
Collarbone. My work is sacred.
My work is sacred.
3 inches below the armpit. I share with intention.
I share with intention.
Top of head. I lead with courage.
I lead with courage.
Release the tapping. We're going to take one last deep conscious breath, inhaling through the nose, visualizing a white, peaceful light. And now exhaling through your mouth with an audible sigh, everything that is not peace and love. Excellent. So on that same scale of 1 to 10, where are you on the scale now? Where did you start from? Where did you end? How about you, Lauren?
My number was already pretty low. I was at like a 3, so I went down to a 2.
That's cool. That's cool. You know, I'm glad you said that because sometimes if your number starts low, sometimes you may not make any adjustments, and that's
Mhm.
okay too. Sometimes you will make an adjustment, and that's okay. And so, just give yourself some grace, some understanding, and continue to do this self-love practice whenever you need to adjust your mindset about anything. I love emotional freedom. It's like a software update for your brain. It will.
True. I mean, when we talk about practicing what you preach, Gigi and I do this regularly, and I have seen a shift in my energy, my mindset, my attitude, all of it. So again, practicing what I'm preaching.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So here's your reminder. You don't need to be healed to be helpful. You are not behind, you are becoming. And there is someone out there right now waiting for your voice, waiting for your light, waiting for your truth exactly as you are right now. You don't have to lose any weight. You don't have to make another dollar. All you need to do is share your voice right now. And one thing I want to share with everybody right now, because we're having this important conversation, is so many of us, so many men and women are they're just sitting. You're just sitting on your dreams and desires, because we're scared, because we're not ready. And so, sister, it's time to monetize your gifts. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, it's time to monetize your gifts. So at Serendipity, we are offering a great price on a landing page. And this landing page will allow you to, to identify your products, your service, and make it available to the world right now for the low price of $197. This is a great way to just get out there, take your baby steps, do it now. I also encourage you to take a look at um, our Tapping Into a Prosperity program. You can rewrite your money story in 4 weeks. We start this program every the first Mondays of every month. So tomorrow is going to be the next installation of Tapping Into Recovery. It's a 4-week program. It's a lot of heavy lifting, inspired using emotional freedom techniques, tapping, and we start going into the story that you've been telling yourself about money, and loosening, doing a lot of excavation. So it's going to be fun, a lot of community. About an hour or two per week would be required. So take a look at that. It's 250. I think it's $297 for 4 weeks. So sign up. Um, and at AfroLink Media, we have some African American inspired flashcards for youth, for elders. A lot of senior citizens, often forget their words, or if they're experiencing dementia, need help with their words. So you can get some African inspired affirmations, coloring books. We also have them in Spanish. So take a look there. And now I would like to give the floor to Lauren to share some of her products and her offerings.
Thank you, Dr. Gigi. I am available as a cognitive behavior therapy coach. Um, behavior. I live it, I breathe it. It's my passion. So if you're interested in talking about behavior change, behavior shift, whether it be something centered around addiction or just changing your day to day routine and learning something new, incorporating something new, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk about how we can create a behavior plan that sets you up for success.
Yes.
I am also available as a card reader, tarot, and oracle. I enjoy giving readings and connecting with people, helping them process information and making choices or finding peace with certain situations. I am also available for sound healing. I really enjoy that, whether it be one to one sessions or group sessions, as well as Reiki. I'm a level 1 and 2 Reiki practitioner. So, those are all of my offerings. You can find me at Lauren at drgg.com and also here on Facebook or YouTube. Just reach out. And I look forward to connecting with more and more of you. I've love waking up on Sunday mornings and having these conversations.
Me too. So
Hmm.
you can connect with Lauren or myself at the link below. Lauren's email is lauren at tappingwithdrgg.com.
Thank
You can,
you.
yes, anytime.
Still work in progress, folks,
We're a work in progress.
but I'm here.
But see, we have each other's back, so it
We
doesn't
do.
matter.
I'm very good at my talents and skills, but still getting comfortable with speaking about myself.
Yeah, especially when you're not raised to do that. This is an acquired skill.
Hmm.
Acquired skill.
Yeah, I can't. The struggle to brag, or not even brag, but to confidently speak about the things that I know I'm good at.
Mhm.
I'm still a work in progress, and you will see the evolution right here in real time, folks.
Yes, yes. And we're doing it just for you, live and on stage. Oh, so thank you. I hope this episode resonates with you. Please feel free to share this content with whoever you think would resonate. We need to raise the vibration on this beautiful planet we have here. So live onward with worthiness, courage, and be certain about it. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to serve you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Okay.
Peace.
Peace. Let me